name is Jeffries Jumma. I was born in 1970, 9th June, in the copper belts of Zambia, which is Ndola. In 1977, when I was 7 years old, I was involved in a terrible accident. By that time, that's when I was doing my grade 1. I was going to school with my elder brother when I was involved in that terrible accident. That was a train accident. People couldn't even believe how I survived, because no one survives in a terrible accident, like when you are being run over by a train. My leg was cut off just there. I use an artificial leg, which is on my left leg. That's the one that I use as a mobility aid. My life is been full of challenges, because even when I was involved in that accident, let me just narrate a bit on what happened that time. Even when I was involved in that accident, my families couldn't believe that I was alive. They had to rush to the mortuary, because they thought I was dead. When my brother got the report home to say I'll be run over by a train, but unfortunately, or fortunately enough, when they went to was Ndola Hospital, they found that I was not there in the mortuary. I was in the ward, and the doctors were treating me. That's how it happened, and everyone was marveled. Everyone, it was just a wonder, because people never thought that somebody can be run over by a train, can still survive. But I survived by the grace of God. Now, coming to my background, when I can give you a synopsis of my education, I had to continue. That was in 1981. I had to continue. I stayed for almost 3 years. Then I had to continue my education in 1981, and I had to go up to grade 7. From there, I shifted. I went to Western Province. In Western Province, that's where I continued my education. But I was again rejected by my own parents, who said they cannot waste money on a disabled. But I got frustrated, but I had to pick it from there, because I knew that the God who created me, I have got value by the one who created me. So I had to pick it from there, and I had to look for some sponsors, and those were the Royal Norwegian Embassy. They sponsored me until when I completed my education. When I completed my education, I had to go for my tertiary, and I did a G5 trade. I've got a G5 trade certificate, which I did in Ndola at the National Vocational Rehabilitation Center. From the National Rehabilitation Center, I came to Lusaka. I worked for 9 provinces organization, which is NIPO. It was an organization for the vulnerable, the orphans, and the widows. I worked in that organization. We used to get paid maybe 50 kwacha. That was every after 2 months, because it was not a pay. We are not being paid, and we were just being assisted as well. After working in that organization for some years, we joined again. We joined another organization that used to come at that organization, which was called the Family Life. Family Life. They used to work with the vulnerable. They came from America, but when we started working with those people, those Family Life, they liked me a lot, but my boss again had jealousy, and he fired me. On that he fired me because I was being liked by those by those white, because I used to read those whites, the same whites. Because it's a family legacy. It's an organization. It's a faith-based organization. They teach children on how to pray. So we used to pray. But when they heard me when I was praying, they had to introduce me to the boss, and my boss was jealousy, and that's how he fired me. Then from there I left. On the same day I had to look for a job. I went to the nurses, which is the Holy Family. I looked for a job there, and I was employed again there as a carpenter. I worked there again for some time. Whilst I was working from there, this is when I said, now I want to settle down, because I had grown up. I wanted to settle down and to look for somebody who is going to look after me, somebody who is going to take care of me, because of my disability. I prayed to say, my God, I need you to give me a woman who is going to understand me, a woman who is going to be a Christian. Now, when I prayed, God gave me this woman. I saw this woman in a dream, but I could not take it seriously. But this woman, I met this woman at a school. And by that time, I was working as a carpenter at the Holy Family in that is in Lusaka. So I looked at the situation and said, but where is this school? But when I worked at that school, I worked for so many years. When I left, I was hired at a certain private school. This is where I met this woman. The first time I saw this woman, I thought something clicked in my mind to say she must be the one. At first, we were just friends. We became friends, and when I asked her to say where she stays, she said she stays with a brother. And in that dream, that's what God told me. He said, this woman will be living with a brother. Then I told this woman to say, I saw you in a dream, and I want you to be my wife. She said, no, let me pray about it. That's why she had gone. She went to pray. After some days, she came back and said, no, what you told me is true. So we got married. After we got married, after some time, she told me to say she's barren. She cannot give birth because she had some complications in the stomach. She has visited a lot of doctors, and she said, even if I'm married to you, it's like I'm just troubling you because you may need babies in the future. But as it is, I've got some complications in the stomach, and I cannot give birth. So I looked at the situation, and looking at us, we are grown up and she was grown up as well. So I looked at this as a situation, at that situation. I said, can God give me somebody who is barren? I said, no. I told her to say, Mama, you are not barren. We will pray until God will give us a son or a daughter. We stayed for so many years. We became a laughing stock. People were even laughing at us because we were just staying there, just the two of us. Then again one day, I saw her in a dream. I dreamt that she was nursing a baby. After I saw her in a dream nursing a baby, I told her to say, Mama, I saw you with a baby. She refused. She refused to say there's no way I can have a baby. My problem is a long time problem, and there's no way I can have a baby now. I said, Mama, I saw you. You are the baby. You are nursing a baby. So our life, even when because we stayed for so many years, which is it was almost 10 years. We stayed for almost 10 years without a baby. That's why maybe she refused. But I saw that baby myself. I saw her in a dream. When I saw that baby in a dream, We continued praying. It was just as normal as it is. We used to go to the different churches. We used to invite. We used to go to different pastors. We just continued to pray. Then after some time, she told me to say. She told me to say she was pregnant. I said that is the baby that I saw, and I told her to say that baby who is that in that womb, she's the boy, because I saw a boy. When she got pregnant, even people some neighbors started wondering, say, is that a pregnancy, or just maybe the stomach is just swollen, whatever it is. Maybe it's because of maybe some sicknesses or whatever it could be. After 9 months, she gave birth to a baby boy that I named Emmanuel, because it was a wonder. And from there, I said, I believe to say God is there, because God gave me this. God gave us a baby boy when we were even grown up. From after 3 years again, I saw her again nursing a baby girl. That was after 3 years. Again, she said, she was again wondering, to say, you always tell me about your dreams. I said, no, whatever I see in my dreams will always come to pass. And this time I've seen a baby girl. Yes, after some months, she got pregnant, and she gave birth to a baby girl, and we named her Blessings. So for me, I really believe in the wonders, because God is the God of wonders and miracles. Just to encourage some people out there, I know there are people who are passing through the same, who are who are passing through the same situation like me. I just want to encourage you that God will always answer your prayer. You just have to give yourself. You have to pray. It doesn't matter how long it may take, but definitely God will always come to answer your whatever you pray for. Thank you.